halfling rogues are admittedly deft, but you broke into my home and you've stolen my time. I'm afraid I cannot allow theft. Throw you up into the air with my telekinesis, stinger of death to obliterate you into pieces, and that's that. Wink and a tip of the hat. That was good for my practice. Thanks for the chat.
You foolish for ignored the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should've looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder. Yeah, you foolish for ignored the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should've looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
Some see me as a cynic. They come in for the base, but they stay for the acidic. I've been on that paper chase, keeping pace for a minute, and I'm aiming to appreciate the moment while I'm in it. Genesis a menace on the mic, so sinister. You might get some venom from the bites I administer. Winner from the start, superstar with the finisher. I got a decent heart, but I'm hardly a minister. A bardic apprentice, I'm innocent as a lamb. Worm like I'm Dennis, I don't dare to give a damn. Firm in the philosophy, I am who I am. I'm a carbon commodity, I need to be verified on the gram. Tightrope walking the it and the superego. Lifeboat liable to fire the torpedoes. Keeping to the credo. I'm free to achieve the dream, or at the very least I can release some of my steam. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making some progress. I'm finding the defining the balance of good and evil in people is nearly an impossible conquest. Regardless, stay CG, only way I know how to be. When I combine my child with OTIC, an outlaw like I'm Robin H. Double OD. I made it through the rubble, now they got trouble with me. So we're supposed to be sophisticated. Then why is 67% of the population undereducated? Emotionally incapacitated. Historically opinionated characters end up assassinated. And that's okay with the people faking it day to day. Capitalizing on capitalism, it's pay to play. Waiting for data to make it fade away. Whether you admit it, but witnessing biological decay of the human race. We're going to a new place. I really hope it comes soon. I don't do space, two-faced, trembling bass, running the rebel base. Outpacing enemies in the interface. In your face like a zygomatic arch. I got them in lockstep, meaning my melodramatic march is effective, albeit rather subjective. I encourage you to pursue a new perspective. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making some progress. I'm finding the defining the balance of good and evil in people is nearly an impossible conquest. Regardless, stay CG, only way I know how to be. When I combine my child with OTIC, an outlaw like I'm Robin H. Double OD. I made it through the rubble, now they got trouble with me. Since the day I was born, I've been non-conforming. I put myself in a position to make a living performing. Haters should consider this a formal warning. I've been swarming on them like a storm, I'm global warming. I'm not the one, done been through too much madness. Mastered the wrath and the sadness. You would need an atlas to match where I'm at. The fat cat put a nerdcore rap back on the map, that's Yazik. Weaving that underwater basket. Rap till I'm wrapped in a casket. Snapping I'm back on the track like I'm Matt Foley. Stay blown like a fiberglass gasket. Gassed up, I'm a maniacal minotaur. Try to hit me with your best shot, Pat Minotaur. Try to get me on a guest spot, but I stay in the lab, and that's where I'ma be until they put me up on the slab. It's magic. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making some progress. I'm finding the defining the balance of good and evil in people is nearly an impossible conquest. Regardless, stay CG, only way I know how to be. When I combine my child with OTIC, an outlaw like I'm Robin H. Double OD. I made it through the rubble, now they got trouble with me. Life is short, do with it as you please. You're the only person that you ever have to appease. Assert your weaponry by stepping in DSDs, but you gotta know that nobody gets any guarantees. Seize opportunity, embrace your development, replacing the elements, erasing irrelevance, facing the blatant display of decay and our elegance. Merrick was a man, not an elephant. Sell him on the merit of the self-reflection, minimize any malevolent misdirection, keeping them at a downright distant disconnection.
Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to the Bards at Playhouse presents Fists of the Ruby Phoenix, Episode 3, Legacy of the Irorans. Thank you so much for joining us. Now let's bring in our wonderful cast. We have Shane as Sir Hop of Lily Pond.
Hello there!
Abe as Errand Cloud Striker. and Elliot as Bubblegum Sweet.
Oh, everything's fine. This is good.
As always, I'm Lumbee Bronzearm and will be your DM for today. Last time, the tournament of the Ruby Phoenix was nearing its start. As our entrants made their way to a river's head, Ingdani, the party's guide, answered many questions about the tournament and the history of Danger Island. The river came to an end in a pool of water that was fed by a waterfall at the border of the forest. A stone figure on a raised dais stood on the river's edge, while another sat at the entrance to the pond. Two massive, majestic, long-necked dinosaurs and their baby were taking a drink. Slowly approaching the beautiful creatures with fern leaves from the highest branches, the baby made friends with Bubblegum. After saying a quick prayer to the forgotten deities, the contestants made their way back to camp. Tales of daring adventure were shared with Tino's toughest as they gathered around the campfire and smiled. The tournament of the Ruby Phoenix officially started in the morning when Shifu Ho Nuo yelled a loud call throughout the island. Saying goodbye to their new friends, Tino, Takatora, Jiyuk, and Yabin the Just, the contestants began to tread into the jungles of Bonmu within Ingdani. The forest opened up to reveal a massive, deserted stone building. The party noticed the spider webs that covered the side walls. Upon further exploration, a three-horned dinosaur was spotted struggling in the webs. Unfortunately, releasing the emaciated creature back into the forest drew the attention and the ire of two Goliath spiders. The contestants managed to slay the huge arachnids. They decided that staying together could be the best option, and proceeded to examine the temple's perimeter, where they discovered a sandy training area with strange humanoid monuments nearby. The statues began to move as Erend took a step into the fighting pit. And that's where we're coming in today. We have here in the bottom right of your map there's a sandy fighting pit with these large creatures. And let me share an image of them really quickly. I've got that here. They are massive sandstone and clay sculptures of humanoids that are quite large. And as you take a step into the sandy pit there, they begin to rumble and take a step forward. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh. Hey, it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's on the main tab of your character sheet, and use the perception one since none of you are sneaking.
Okay.
That's right. You absolutely do. That is correct. You absolutely can. All right. So it looks like the first up is, you can move that as your free action. So first up is Sir Hop. You see that this happening immediately. Erend sees them moving and he jumps out of the way, and you see that there's one near you that begins moving and it looks at you directly.
I'm gonna use my first action to stride this way. Whoa! And I'm gonna say, off the sand! I think they're attacking anything that moves onto it. I would like to look at them and just to verify if that is true.
Okay. Are you doing a knowledge check, or how are you checking this?
Yeah, if I could just take an action to look and just see once I got off the sand, do they look at Aaron like they're gonna attack him next, or?
No, the one that is closest to you is still eyes directly at you.
Can I make a knowledge check about golems in general, like?
Yes, you can. Let me think. Let's see. Use probably Arcana, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and say Arcana. So roll that in the tower. We'll see what you know.
If you don't know much, I'm planning to do Discern Secrets next turn.
Okay. You know that these are absolutely golems. They are clay golems specifically. Let me go ahead and ID those for you. You know that golems are very, very magical creatures. They're constructed, and they also have what's called golem anti-magic. So every golem is immune to all magic except for one type and one specific spell. You, Sir Hop, are extremely familiar with clay golems because clay is a very common resource in Amphibios. It's a swamp. It's there. It's right there. Clay. So you're very familiar with these. You are aware that clay golems are immune to all magic except for cold and water magic. They are healed by acid, and they're vulnerable specifically to the disintegrate spell. You rolled exceptionally high.
I'm gonna share that. Like, don't try to use any magic. They're only vulnerable to. Would you say it was fire and water?
Cold water, and specifically disintegrate.
Oh, I've got fire. It's fine.
No.
immune to
Fire
fire.
doesn't do anything. You need cold, water, or the spell disintegrate. Everything else would be useless, and if you use acid, it'll actually heal them.
Oh, hell. Okay.
Maybe I think physical damage can hurt it, but it's harder. They're more physically tough.
That's right.
I'm gonna try spout. Spout is a water spell, just bludgeoning damage. But it's like water doing it. Does that have anything to?
Yeah. What does it do exactly?
It's a cantrip. It's got the water trait. Water blasts upward from the ground, rising from a pool or manifesting from thin area. Any creature in the area takes bludgeoning damage equal to a D4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, and the D4 increases by every heightened level. So it's at 6. It's 6d4 plus 4.
So go ahead and roll to attack, or make it take its however it works.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm the one that's looking at me, I guess. You.
25 feet. Yep, that's within range. Fantastic.
I need them to make a reflex save, and I don't know if I have that set up on here.
Okay, I can make it roll that. What's my DC?
Oh, your DC is.
Sir. Your
I don't know.
spells. I got you. Yours DC is 29. It critically failed. It rolled a 19. Reflexes is real bad, and it rolled bad. So what happens on a critical failure with this spout spell?
I mean, it's a cantrip, so it doubles the dice or doubles everything.
I think it doubles it. So hold shift as you drop the damage. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt a lot, actually. Okay, so actually that should have done 10 additional. That should have done all 47. So first I'm going to give it that. So 47. Now, in addition to that, it's also weak to cold and water. So it's going to take 5d10 additional damage.
All right, do you want me to roll that?
Yeah, go ahead. You go right ahead and roll that publicly. 5d10.
Five more d10.
Yep. So an additional 25 damage. So that's 52, 72. Okay. Bam! You raise the water
cantrip
out from the ground and do 72 damage. So all of you see just as this water shoots up out of the ground and starts chipping off parts of this creature, and it's just sloughing off all over the place. Yeah, that's your turn.
Yeah, I do that, and I'm just like, water works!
I want to do discern secrets to see if there's anything else like between like its stats, like how with some of the other times I've used this, I've like, oh, their wisdom sucks.
Gotcha.
I want to kind of roll for that.
Okay, so you get a +1 because you're using discern secrets.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll me an occultism check in the tower with a +1 in the modifier.
It's either a cult or art.
Okay. You know that their reflex save is going to be their worst, and their fortitude save is going to be their best by a lot.
Okay.
But that's what you get with that roll.
Okay, so after Bubblegum sees that whole interaction, like, their reflexes look awful, but they seem like mentally pretty good. So I'd definitely fortitude for them, I think, is gonna be their strongest suit, but they suck with their reflexes. Oh my god. And she laughs. And then she's gonna use telekinetic projectile and find any big heavy object and slam it right into it.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack. You can either control click the creature to make it your target, and then you can click the roll, or you can just drop it on the creature directly. Yep.
Okay,
Golem.
and then
So you're attacking the top one.
Yep.
Cool.
And then that's just the whoop. Oops. Shoot. Oh, I just moved the where it went on the screen. I meant to click attack.
Gotcha. Yeah. You just. Yep. There you go. 30. That definitely hits. What is their AC? Yes, that is a normal hit. So go ahead and drop the damage on top of them.
That's just bludgeoning.
Yep. Which they are a little bit resistant to. So 17, and they are a little bit resistant. So let's see. Got it. All right. So you pick up a small chunk of a broken animal statue that you see sitting nearby you and hurl it over at this creature. And it kind of gets stuck in its shoulder a little bit and then slowly oozes out. But you do see that it does wound it a little bit, not as much as you were hoping, not as much as Sir Hop, but yeah, you did get some damage through. I believe that's the end of your turn, unless you want Splendor to take a single action.
No, Splendor's good right now.
Cool. All right, that means Merla's up next. So no one is harmed yet, correct?
Nope.
Cool. So, and then you said to do... that doesn't work. All right, so Merla's gonna... I know what she's gonna do. Merla's gonna move over to here, 5, 10, just kind of hobbling in. Oh, well, this is all right. We'll get through this, dearies. And she's going to cast Bless. So everyone within who is within 5 feet of Merla gets a +1 to their attack rolls. So that's going to be Bubblegum, Sir Hop, and Splendor right at the moment. And on subsequent turns, if she chooses to, she can increase the radius of that. So as it gets further into the fight, she can make it so that you can get further away from her. But for now, the 3 of you have +1s on your attacks. That's the end of her turn. Aaron, you're up. And again, if you move closer to her, you'll get a +1 to your attacks. Are you concealed? Okay, I'm gonna get rid. Yeah, I'm getting rid of that. There you go. Then let me also give you Bless. So you can go ahead. Oh, sorry. You don't have Bless yet. My bad. Merla, Aaron, give it to him. There you go. Now you have it. Ooh, big ol' miss. So that's 1 move to attack. Got 1 more action. Cool. Meteor shot. What's that do? I mean, yeah, you're welcome to do it, but it will be immune to it, as Sir Hop has already informed you. Okay, that's your 3rd turn. All right, Clay Golem is up. Yeah, so it is going to start to move 5, 10, because it did not like how much damage Sir Hop just did. So it's going to move to here, and it is going to attempt to fist blast you, just punch you from a distance. It has a long reach. Ooh, that is a natural 20 and a crit. So that won't help you with your shield being raised. But you can do the block damage, I believe, right?
Yeah, I'll raise shield and then shield block.
Okay, so how much does that stop again? 5? Or is it 10? I don't remember how much. Oh yeah, you have that like thick shield, don't you?
It's Yeah, I think it's a lot more. I don't remember
Native
all the
shield
different.
plating. Where is it?
Shield block, here it is.
Sturdy shield. It's 13. Hardness 13. Yes, so you block 13 points of damage off of that. So I will. So go ahead and heal yourself for 13.
Okay.
Then, in addition to that, a creature hit by the clay golem's fist must succeed a DC 29 Fortitude save or be cursed with cursed wounds. So please roll me a fort save.
Oh, cursed wounds? What the
Yes.
fuck? What the fuck?
All right, you succeed. Let's see. Save or be cursed. Okay, yeah, it does not do anything on a save, so you're good on that. And then its third action is going to just be to attack you again, I believe. Does it have it? Yeah. So, but that's at its penalty. So it's going to try again.
And my HG's higher
That's
now.
a miss. All right, and that's a miss. So end of its turn. That is the second golem. It's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20 to here because it saw what Aaron tried to do. Because so it's what he perceives as its threat. It's going to be attacking here. That's a critical. Aaron, I need you to make me a fortitude save, please. 42 points of damage on that. Big ol' fist slam. Oh, there you go. You're fine. So, and it's going to try again, but at its penalty. Another fist coming at you, Aaron. Oh, that's a big old nasty miss. End of its turn. Top of the round. Sir Hop, it's back up to you.
I'm sorry, I'm chewing on these pretzels.
You're good.
So, Spout was a resounding success. And that's a cantrip. So your boy's gonna use Spout again. On this one down here.
When you roll a nat 20 on your knowledge check, you get some info that's useful.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, man.
Natural 20, that was cool. That's good to know. It has to make a reflex save, DC 29.
DC 29? Okay. But do you want to make it, or should I make it?
I don't think I can do it from my sheet right now.
Okay. There we are. So 29?
Mm-hmm.
Regular failure. Full damage.
Alright.
Okay. So go ahead and roll that. Yep.
Alright, and...
Oh, and I need to give it another 10. Yep.
Yeah, here we go.
102. And then the additional 10d8. Or 5d8, I mean. Another 37.
Wait, I thought you said 5d10.
Sorry, yeah, 5d10. I was talking about something else because for some reason it resisted it. So another 37 is
Wow.
that much.
That's insane.
Okay.
That is an insane amount of damage.
So yeah, you just did another 60 to it with this, and that wasn't even a crit.
Yeah, that was... Wait, so... Spout was 2 actions, so I have an action.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can still take damage, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to just poke it with my sword.
You don't have that many actions because you had to move.
Oh. Shit.
The reach. Gotta love it.
Okay, alright, here we go. I know what to do. No, I don't. I'm gonna just use, what is this one? Oh, I need a minion for that. I need to take this off my list. I got Protect Companion because I thought I could protect an ally, but literally it's like one of your own minions that it works on, not a person. So I've been meaning to get rid of that. I guess I'll just... Can I use that to give a help action or something? Like, what
Sure.
can I do with this action?
Oh yeah, you can use the aid action. Like you could either distract them to give someone else a +1 to their attack. I would let you like use your body to block someone to give them a +1 to their AC.
Yeah,
like that.
let's do that to since Aaron is taking some hits, I'll make sure that the golem on my side it definitely isn't going to. But I'll aid to give him a +1 is what I'm trying to do.
All right, so Aaron, if you get hit, you'll have a +1 to your AC for the next one attack, I'll say. Yeah. All right, so that's the end of Sir Hop's turn. Bubblegum, you're up. You have a golem all up in your grill and a very damaged
I'm
one
gonna
yourself.
summon an elemental. I'm gonna summon a water elemental.
Hell yes. Okay, so let's see. What level spell are you summoning it at?
4th.
4th level. All right. So what do we get? From your wand or your hat, right?
Yep, from my hat.
So while I get this set up, please describe how this happens.
So as Bubblegum Sweet sees the golem approach her closer, kind of angry, especially, get a little poke here or there. She just cackles again, and it's just like, oh, okay, so that attack was cute, but I can make it even more precious. And she tips her hat, and as she tips her hat, something appears out of it, and it's a water elemental, and it is very obvious what it is. And the water elemental, so when I do summon elemental, that means that I can conjure an elemental to fight for me. It works like a creature, it works like summon animal, except you summon a creature that has an elemental trait whose level is 1 or lower. And I summoned it at 4th level. So it'll be, I think, a level 3 heightened. But yeah, so that is what I am going to do.
All right, I've almost got that ready.
Yep.
Oh, so I should have had that prepared, but I did not think about that.
Okay.
I will have it ready in just a moment here.
I wanted to figure out a little bit more of it if I could before I did that, so I had a better idea on how to attack.
Not a problem. Okay, here's that. Go here. Come on, Fantasy Grounds. Now's not the time to be laggy. There we go. There we go. Pop that there. And this on the combat tracker. And make it visible. Make it not an enemy. Friendly. Drop it down here. Okay, we're almost there. Now I need to give it your initiatives. 30.5. All right, where would you like it? You can summon it anywhere within 35 feet of you. Or 30 feet, sorry. 30
feet of me. I wanted to go into the one that's already kind of damaged. Like,
okay,
I wanted to attack that one.
Yeah. All right, so you want me to have it block Merla the way that Sir Hop is blocking Aaron? Cool. Yep. So I'll plop it right there, and it actually gets 2 actions since you summon it. Right? That's how summoning works, right, Shane?
It gets 2 when you use your 1, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so and it gets 2 the first time you summon it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can have this thing do 2 actions. Let's see. It can it can punch and grab. It can let's see. It can turn into mist and everything within is concealed. That would be helpful for 2 of you at least.
Yeah, that definitely works.
Miststalkers surrounded by mist creatures in the aura are concealed. Oh no, things are just automatically concealed. So all of you are just concealed because it's here. So let me give you that real quick. That's extremely helpful. Concealed. So
that's an auto.
Concealed. Yeah, that's just something that it just has. You don't even need to make it use any actions for that. It ignores the concealed condition. That's good. It can use its tentacles to slam to attack. It can constrict once it has something grabbed. It can solidify the mist that you are surrounded in order to force reflex saves. And let's see, what does it actually do? Or it can become immobilized. Like it can constrict its mist and immobilize things, or it can grab stuff after a punch. So that's a lot of stuff it can do.
You know what? Let's I know its reflexes suck, so let's go with that. Let's immobilize and
Solidify
constrict.
mist. Okay, so they both need to make a DC 20 reflex save, which is very low, but they have very low reflex saves. So let's see. That's a success and critical success. Okay, so that does not do anything, but would you like it to punch? Because it still has one action.
Absolutely.
All right.
With
So let's have it.
wateriness.
Wateriness, Mist Stalker. Punch with a tentacle. And it's a miss. All right, that's the end of your. Oh, you still have one turn or one action, Bubblegum.
No, I don't, because summon elemental is a 3.
Oh, it's 3? Okay, cool. Then you're done. Oh, you're good. You're good. Let me, here you go. Yeah, you're good. Merla's up.
Deal.
So let's see. Erend and Sir Hop have both taken quite a punch. And that's not good. So let's see here. Yeah, it's a lot for a 6th level heal. Let's not do that. Aha! But thankfully, Eldritch was wise and prepared more levels than just 6th level heals. So Merla is going to look to Sir Hop and is going to give you a 2-action 2nd level heal. And heal 29 hit points for Sir Hop. And then Erend, she's going to turn around and touch you for a 1-action 3rd level heal. So you get this much. There you go. You get 7 back. All right, and that is Merla's full turn. Erend, you're up. It's against their will DC. All right, and you're doing the one on the bottom. All right, so go ahead and roll your deception in the chat. Oh wait, it's to their perception, not their will save. Okay, I know it. Then the DC is 29. No, 28. Sorry. Hey, you succeed either way. So, you get a regular success on that. Not a problem. It's been 2 weeks, I think, and these are relatively new characters. Oh, you become hidden? All right. Hidden, and it becomes flat-footed, you said? Got it. All right, there you go. It is good. You are now hidden. It's now flat-footed. Oh, wow, still a hit. Holy shit. Okay, it resisted a little bit of your shot, but some of the damage goes in. The bullet, it's just like shooting a large mound of clay. You know, does exactly what you would imagine. Doing the called shot? Cool. That's if you hit, right? Cool. All right, go ahead and roll. It's still flat-footed to you, I believe. Oh, yeah, you have to reload. Okay. Okay, cool. Are you doing your running reload or just a regular? Got it. Ah, true. Okay, great. So, the Clay Golem, it's back to its turn. Since this is no longer round 1, it, as a free action, uses Quicken. So, it is now quickened.
What?
And I need to roll a flat check. Let's see what happens. Ooh. And it goes berserk. So, the Clay Golem,
Cool.
as it's falling apart, just almost makes a guttural roar as air starts escaping out of this clay, and it starts just flailing wildly as it's attacking the nearest object, the nearest thing, which happens to be this water elemental. And it does hit, but the water elemental is concealed, still gets past the concealment and does some damage. Let's see how much. Slams down for 24 on that. And again, the thing is going berserk, so it's going to attack again. Critical. Let's see if it can get past concealment. It does. All right, the water elemental is now destroyed as this clay golem just squishes it under its giant fist. But hey, it took 2 attacks for you guys, so I'd say job well done. Third attack, it is just attacking the nearest thing. Sir Hop, you're getting a fist coming your way.
Oh.
That's a miss, and then Merla is getting the quickened attack right from here. And that's a critical miss. All right, end of its turn. This golem is not... it is going to use a free action to quicken, and then it is going to just start throwing hands out. First one's coming in at Errand, but you're getting that +1 to your AC, so I'm just going to give myself a -1, just to call it mathematically the same thing. So you're getting your attack coming in hot. Well, see if the concealment helps you. It didn't this time. So fist coming over your face. Oh wait, you're hidden. That's right. But I still got past your DC with it with a 14. So you take that much damage. I need you to make a fortitude save for me for cursed wound, Aaron. DC at 29, please.
I like how we're all in a formation protecting Arand, and we've done everything we could to like prevent him from getting hurt, and then things like fuck you.
Just a reminder, everyone does have 1 hero point, but that is a regular failure, so your choice if you want to use it or not. You're gonna take it? Alright, so you are cursed until you have to get you need to get healed to the maximum until you get cursed. You can no longer regain hit points except via magic, and anyone casting a spell to heal you has to succeed at a counteract check, otherwise they waste the spell. So you are now cursed with cursed wound. So let me give you that. There you go. Okay, second action, it's going to throw a fist at Bubblegum, because you are right next to it.
Yeah.
Miss. Third one going at Merla. A miss. And since it's quickened, it can throw one last fist over at Sir Hop. It's just trying to hit anybody at this point. And that's a miss. Great. So that was a bupkis for all of them. Top of the round brings us to Sir Hop of Lilypond.
All right.
This thing is looking bad.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get these things to fucking lay off Aranda.
Our boy.
All right, Aran did nothing wrong. Hashtag Aran did nothing wrong. I actually think that this guy is pretty close to death.
You are correct.
So I'm going to let someone else get that kill. Since it's top of the round, they just went. I am going to shift my focus, my forward focus over here. I'm gonna get close to this guy. So if a round goes, he's not dead by the time he goes berserk again. I'm the one that has to take the hits.
Mhm.
But in the meantime, I'm going to target Clay Golem 2.
Okay.
With there you go. I need him to make a reflex save, 29 DC, please.
29. All right. Reflex DC. Boop. 33. So it's a regular success, and all of you are not concealed anymore. So I need to get rid of that. But yeah, regular success. What happens on a regular success?
I believe it's a half damage situation.
It's a half damage. Okay, cool.
Let me. I had it open the whole time. Yeah, basic reflex saving throw, so half damage.
Okay.
So that's gonna be. Well, it's this divided by half, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
so just roll the regular damage in the chat, and I'll cut it in half. 19. So that's 9. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do that and try to like shout at it, like, "Come on and pick on someone your own size." As I'm very small compared to it.
What spell was that again? Spout? Was that spout?
A spout.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Roll the. It's weak to water, so you still need to roll the. What is it? 5d10. Yeah. It's if it even does. If you even do 1 point of water damage, it still does the 5d10. So it does 19. So hold on a second. I need to give it another 10.
That's interesting because it's not water damage. It's a spell with the water trait. It's bludgeoning.
It still counts. It still counts.
But yeah, because of the water
trait.
trait. Yeah.
And then another 35 on top of that, huh? Okay. That's 63. Great. All right. There you go. Proper damage. So a bunch of water splashes on this thing, and it's the mud's starting to slough off just like the other one.
Yeah, I yell at it, "Pick on someone your own size," but I'm actually very tiny, and then pass the turn.
Great. Bubblegum, you're up. There's a very close to death one up the south. And,
Oh yeah, I want to use leg claws on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has to just be 60 feet. That's definitely 60 feet.
Definitely.
And I want to attack it with slide claws.
Okay, go ahead and make that attack roll.
I did shift control, so it's on that one, I believe.
Yeah, control click.
Control click. Okay.
Mm-hmm. There it is. Now it's your target.
All right, excellent.
Bam, regular hit. All right, good. So go ahead and roll your attack, or your damage, I mean. Okay. Hey, you got. Okay, so describe how your claws take this clay golem out.
So Bubblegum is very pissed because her water elemental just got destroyed by this thing. And she just like does. No, no, I don't play that game. That was my friend. You don't hurt my friends. And her claws, she extends her arms and her claws once again just extend super far and sharp. These things look like they can kill. And guess what? They do. Her claws
All right, go ahead.
dig right into the crumbling parts of the golem and crush whatever it can find to be its source of living. So if it has a heart, something kind of like that, like its little golem heart gets crushed in her nails.
Within your nails, as you're kind of doing this from a distance, the length makes them just long sweeping strokes of these scythe-like blades, and you cut this thing up like Fruit Ninja, and the pieces just start falling off like in an anime. And the last thing you see in the pile of clay on the ground sticking out of it is a wooden. Well, everyone, give me a religion check in the tower, please.
Religion.
I'm not going to make anyone use an action for it. I just want to throw it out there.
I have a whopping +2 modifier, so just be careful.
Bubblegum, you're the only one who recognizes it as the a wooden holy symbol of Irori is the last thing that is stuck in the pile of clay. I think that was only one action, correct? Your claw?
Slag
Slag
claws?
claws?
or
Oh, it's two. Yeah, so you have one action left.
I could use that with Splendor, right?
You can give Splendor 2 actions if you do
I can
that.
give him 2 actions. Yeah, so I will do that and have him do a spell delivery because it can touch range with 2 actions.
That's right.
And could I do a vomit swarm with that? Or
No, that's a cone. That's not a touch
the
spell.
cone? That's not okay. What do I have as touch again? That isn't fire. Or
I'm unsure
acid.
off the top of my head, actually.
Yeah,
very few spells will actually hurt these things.
I think then then if I could just have him do a quick attack type on it.
Sure. Here we go. So Splendor, yes, ma'am, and flies kind of over in this direction, and will flank it for you guys to give it flat-footed. So that'll at least help the tiniest of bits. So flat-footed on that guy, and then Splendor gets an attack. Probably not going to hit without a nat 20, but let's see. So Splendor runs over there, flanking it, starts slashing out with his claws, and does 1 damage.
Oh, I'm proud. Good job, baby. Got that.
We've got this. We've got this. He's just scratching away like this.
One day your claws will be as strong as mine.
Got to keep eating the candy. Then Merle is up, so who's hurt? Erend is hurt, so she's going to... number one, she's going to take a step back to here. And then she's going to cast a single of... Actually, no, she has to do it that way. No, actually, not going to do that. That's quite a lot. Jesus. Ooh, what's this? No, that's not helpful. Good lord. Okay, I just don't want to waste all her stuff, you know? I'm going to give you another... Yeah, screw it. You're pretty hurt, right? 62, like half? All right, so she's going to just give you a 2-action heal from her pool of healing spells and fully heal you. There you go, Aaron. So Merla takes a step back and with a couple of words of encouragement, heals you back to full. Aaron, you are now up. The curse, that's correct, yes, because she healed you fully, so let me remove that. Boop, there you go. Mm-hmm. Is that fire damage?
No, that heals him.
Yeah, that's what Sir Hop said earlier. Yes, acid will heal it.
Good.
That is a failure. Just a regular fail, though, not a crit. Yeah. Okay. Roll like garbage. 2 2s in a row. Cool. All right. You have reloaded. This thing is not berserk, and it can only do that once per day, so it is also no longer quickened. Oh wait, no, that lasts for... How long does that last for? 1 minute. Okay, so it is still quickened. All right. So This thing does not like how much damage that Sir Hop just did, so it's going to attempt to attack him. So
You know, it's weird. I like how much damage Sir Hop did. What's up? What's his problem? Why does he have an issue?
Oh wait, why didn't that? I don't know why that didn't.
Huh?
Oh, I see what happened. Let me try that again.
Oh, did I hop out of the way?
Ooh, there we go. So,
Hey, how about he directs that towards the ground and not Sir Hop? How's that sound?
Not a ton of damage. 19. I need you to make me a Fortitude save, please. DC 29.
Yeah.
It's a
I have
regular
bless.
failure.
I have bless.
That only helps with attack bonuses.
I have a hero point.
Yes, you do.
I'm
Yeah.
not
50-50 shot.
This is the best time to do this because literally a 10 or an 11 is the difference. So really it gives me a 50-50 chance. Come on. Yes!
Ah, there you go. So no curse on you.
Whew.
Yep. Second attack, it's going to go back for you, Sir Hop, but it's at its penalty, so less likely to hit or crit. That's a miss. And third action is just going to step up to here. That's the end of its turn, top of the round. That makes it you, Sir Hop. This thing is all up in your grills.
Yes, it is. I'm going to spout at it. Spout some rhetoric.
Spout
I need...
that communist rhetoric.
Yeah. Hey, have you let Jesus Christ into your household? And then you see all the symbols of Irori start to like melt the more I talk about this foreign religion. No.
No colonialism.
Yeah, can I get a reflex save 29 from this guy?
Absolutely. 20. So fail. Almost a critical failure.
You know what? That's all right. I'll take this and then 5d10s.
Yep, 5d10s.
I'm good with that. Good lord, I'm really good on the d10s.
Yeah, holy crap. 85 plus 30. Okay. Bam! More water just scoosh out of the ground. It's looking pretty bad, but it's still standing.
Yeah, and I'll use my action to I guess just turn around and slap my little froggy ass, be like, "Come on and get it," and then pass the turn.
You want to like raise shield or something?
I mean, I could do that as a reaction, so I could just reaction.
I forgot about that. That's so cool.
I need another thing to do with my action, though, for real, though.
Yeah, right. All right, Bubblegum, you are now up.
Yeah, I want to daze it.
Daze. Okay, so go ahead and force it to take that will save.
Okay, do I just do attack? Yes.
Yeah. Click the
The little guy.
It's the little
D20.
The D20. Yeah, that's the word. It fails, so it takes the regular damage. So click the blood thing.
Yes.
It just is not stunned from it, so it should have taken that damage. Let me go ahead and 1, 2, 7. All right, cool. So that's 2 actions. You got 1 left.
I'm gonna tell Splendor, want to try to hit him again, and have him try to like do a little flank him again.
Yep. Of course. And he steps over to here to better line himself up with Sir Hop down there. And he's going to go ahead and give himself an attack with those claws. Oh, let's take it.
Oof.
And comes through with the damage. Let's see what you got, Splendor. 1 damage, but resisted. So, fantastic.
You're getting there.
He's trying. So let's see. Are any of you harmed? Not really. You're doing okay this time. That's good. Merla's going to use 1 action to extend the reach of her bless. So now everyone within 10 feet has that +1. Then she's gonna telekinetic projectile at this thing. So untarget Sir Hop, target that thing. No, not him. You. Attack. It's a miss anyway. Okay, so that brings it to Erend. Aaron, you are now up. If you're there, Abe.
He's running an errand.
Uh-huh.
That's why I keep saying Arand. I wanted to separate it, because
Arand,
otherwise
that's
I'll just
probably-
keep thinking Aaron.
I like that. Yeah, around. I suppose.
Reload.
There we go. So he's doing a reload. Okay, that's one action for you. And then what? A shot of some kind?
Right between the eyes.
Yes. There it comes.
Oh my god, that
That's
was
a
almost
hit.
one.
Yeah, it was
That's
almost
almost the
failure.
one.
And I'm pretty sure that's bad with guns, if I remember right. Okay, you land a couple of extra points on there.
I know in first edition Pathfinder, if you got a natural 1, it could jam your gun, and you have a chance of misfiring. So you'd
Yeah.
have to roll again, and if it misfire, you get hit with a bunch of damage.
But right.
All right, so that does some damage with your shot, and then the third one is what, to reload again, or what you got there? Interact to reload. Got it. Perfect. End of your turn. The golem is still quickened, and now it has a chance to potentially go berserk. Let's see if it does. It does not. Lucky y'all. So it's going to,
Things don't work.
again, it's just swinging at each of you. So Sir Hop is the one doing the most damage. So your first attack's coming at you. That's a miss. Damn, on its highest score too. It is not pleased with that, so it's going for broke on you. Second attack, that's a regular hit. Ooh, that would have been a gnarly crit. Would you like to use your reactions to block some damage on that? Yeah.
Yes, also, what the hell just fell?
All right. So that's 11 less. So that's 53 wounds. There you go. So you get
Can
the
you,
second.
sorry, I should have been marking this down. How much damage did the first big attack that I blocked with the shield do?
You've blocked 22 total.
22 from the first one, and then...
No, total from everything. It was 11 and 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just gonna write that
Yeah,
down
yeah.
so I don't forget.
Yep, 22 total damage to your shield. That's 2 attacks. It doesn't like that it didn't really hurt you that much, so its third one is going over to Merla, who seems to be keeping all of you alive. But that's going to be a critical miss. End of the turn. Sir Hop. This thing's looking pretty bad.
Attacking an old lady, eh? And then I'm gonna spout and kill it.
Cool.
If I
So
can.
Battle.
reflex. Let's see. Reflex. Oh,
he's like, he's looking
what's
at
your
the
DC?
bubblegum like, not you.
what's your DC?
29.
It rolled a 28, so it's a failure. So go ahead and roll your regular damage, and then the 5d8.
All right.
This will
here we go.
probably take
It'll
care
probably
of it.
be a murder.
Here's a good chunk.
And then I think, yeah, that's enough. That does it. So, what do they see when your last water spout shoots up on this thing?
The ground beneath this thing bubbles up, sputtering sand until, like a geyser, it shoots out through, like dissolving this thing through the middle. And so it's like, it hollows it out like an Easter bunny, like one of those chocolate bunnies. That's like someone took a blow dryer torch to, like that's essentially, and it just like starts to melt until it becomes a pile of clay and
So
silt.
awesome. Yes, it reforms in the loam of the sand with the other one. You are all out of the combat. You're good. Merla is going to immediately come up to you, Sir Hop, and say, "Oh, darling, thank you so much. Let me patch that up for you." And she takes out her med kit and begins working on you. So let's go ahead and do a medicine check here for that. That's a crit. Great.
Ooh.
So this 20. So you're going to get 41 hit points back. So that leaves you at 13 wounds. That's not so bad.
I can live with this. All right. Kind of wiping the sand off. Actually, Sir Hop will take some of the wet clay and kind of use it and make a mud mask. You know, there's a lot of properties in a mud mask that's really good for your skin.
Oh, I am aware. We sometimes we use mud as well. That's how I stay so youthful and beautiful.
I mean, he puts it on. He puts his head towards the sky, and within seconds, the mask becomes hard, and he just peels it off, and his skin's looking good.
Nice.
But he's, I mean, arguably he's a frog, so it's always smooth, all the time.
Somehow smoother. But what was the when I did the religion check? What did I find again? Sorry.
Yes, you found a holy symbol of Irori.
So
in there.
when everything's calmed down, I pretty much relay the information. Yeah, before the other one burst. By the way, I saw a holy symbol of Irori. You guys know anything about that?
Isn't that the god that the old monks that used to live here worshipped?
I believe so. Yes.
Then these must be their guardians.
Oh boy.
Give me a society
I wonder-
check, whoever wants to try in the tower.
Yeah, I'll try.
Reese, but I'll try.
Yeah, Reese is ridiculous at those.
Oh, tower? Shit. Well, I'm
That's all right.
hopefully high.
It's all good,
so
it's all good.
hopefully.
Yeah, Sir Hop, from your experience as working with a knight, with knights and such, you kind of are now looking around, and you get the idea that this is sort of a training ground for where the monks would go to spar one another, and seeing the statues that came to attack, you're sort of getting the sense that these were more like training dummies, for lack of a better term. Like sparring partners for when a monk didn't want to fight another monk or wanted to just try their abilities on something different. Yeah.
He'll share that. He says, this is most likely a place for acolytes to train. These things weren't particularly dangerous to us, as they were stationed here essentially to fight whoever. I get the idea that if we would have kept moving away, they would have just gone back to their positions and left us alone. I think they only fight anyone within the sand pit, and then because we kept attacking them, they kept fighting us. That's my sense. That or they went absolutely rogue. I know the one down here, once I started melting it with water, it was dissolving, all reason left it, and it just started going crazy, but... The one up top, I don't know if that one is, if that one was just acting per some sort of orders that was given however many years ago.
Quite possibly, but hey, we gotta warm up. Everybody looks good now. Not a scratch on me because I'm that good.
That is true. You are welcome to continue on.
All right, let's get out of the sandbox.
Yeah. Oh man, it's lagging really heavy in fantasy grounds right now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's because everyone's trying to move.
Essentially, we're wrapping around the back
All right.
of this building. Is I think the intention.
All right. Fantastic.
Out of game, I can see that there are some stones,
Yes.
and that's where I would like to go
last-
next.
One last thing, as you're walking past Merla, well, actually, give me some perception checks in the tower, all three of you, and I'll do
Okay.
Merla as well.
Okay. Oh, the lag. Oh, this lag.
So for some reason, Splendor and Sir Hop are tied together. Whenever I would move one, the other one would be like attached with an arrow.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because Splendor has Sir Hop targeted for some reason. Let me undo that. Splendor has Sir Hop. There we go.
There we go.
This is supposed to be in the tower, and again,
All good.
Woof.
Okay.
It's good.
It was
rolled well.
Merla who noticed it anyway, which makes sense because she's kind of the healer. As she's walking past these animal statues behind you guys, she notices, oh, well, looks like somebody left this here. And she finds a single moderate healing potion. So I'm going to drop that into Merla's inventory.
She just drinks it.
So a moderate,
Tasty.
a moderate are 3d8 plus 10 hit points. So So yeah, now she has that. Fantastic. So as you're walking around, you do, as you say, as you come around the sort of north end of this little square port here to the east, you notice that there is a large broken hole in the side of the wall.
I'm gonna detect magic as we look into the wall hole.
Okay. Detect magic, I believe, is what, 60 feet? 30 feet?
I believe
Detect
it is 30.
magic. 30 feet, yes. So as you get closer, yes.
I'm gonna just have you move my guy because I can't interact with the map
Sure,
right
I'll
now.
get it. I'll get it. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. There we are. How's that?
Yep. There we go.
I'll move. I don't know why that was being so weird, but is that better?
Yep.
All
It's still in transit for me. Like it hasn't gone to where it needs to be.
That's so weird. It's not even laggy on my end right now for some
Me
reason,
either.
which is unusual. So bubblegum, yeah, as you approach, you definitely feel the presence of something magical here. Let's see, what would that be? What kind of magic? I guess that would be conjuration, transmogrification, transmutation. Probably transmutation.
Okay.
I think that's my best. No. Here we go. It's divine abjuration. There we go.
Okay, so English.
Religious defense magic.
Well, I can tell, since we already know that those were essentially guards for the monks and such. We go further, there is more protection for the religious forms, so to say. So we go in, there's more. But I think we kind of expected that.
It's painted on the ground on the forest floor. I think I can get rid of that. Yeah, look, boop. I can make it go invisible.
Hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, if you would like to go
What's
in,
the
I can
news?
start opening up map, huh?
The news. North, south, east, west.
Oh, news.
What
Gotcha.
is news?
Yes, Shane, you just disconnected. I don't know if you did that on purpose.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
cool.
reconnecting.
Gotcha. Then we'll give you a second to get back in. So yeah, as so that's what you feel. You feel abjuration and divine magic. So you're getting the sense that there are more defenses in here, and this is the Temple of Irori. You just saw within the corpses, the remains of those golems, the holy symbols of Irori. So you're really starting to get the sense that there's more defensive systems in here in the name of Irori. So the more you can recall about Irori, the better.
They do a religion check just to after making that.
Yeah, Ollie, you can do religion in the tower if you'd like. Sir Hop, I can roll that for you if you'd like.
You can try it. I have a +2 to religion as Sir Hobbs, so he's probably not going to get it.
Gotcha. Religiones. Okay. Bubblegum, you're starting to think about the occult, and because that's sort of your wheelhouse with your magic is occult magic, and this divine stuff is a little weird to you, but you're starting to sort of understand the crisscrossing of the two, and you're feeling out, and you're starting to get the sense that something happened here, and what used to be proper defenses are starting to go a little haywire. The magic is aging. That's kind of the sense you're getting of this place.
We thought that maybe the one was acting out. I think there might be something to that. Actually. So there's the abjuration I was feeling. I did a little detection, and knowing the history with the religions and my occult background, something got stepped in, and I don't believe that those golems were acting in a way that they probably should have. And if we continue further, well, when we continue further, it's gonna be a little bit more messy.
That is probably right on the money. It's the sense I get is that these sort of protections are sort of like tying a knot, but over time the ropes will slacken and loosen, and if you don't consistently retie that knot and secure it in place, it eventually all falls apart.
Yeah, it's fraying right now, very badly. We can either enter through this hole or try one of the other entrances, but no matter what, I think this whole place is protected for the religious reasons more so, but it might not be a normal result of what comes at us. So try to be on my guard and try to read more if another thing comes at us, but that's what I'm getting right now just from the clues I'm piecing together.
I think I'm back in. Do you need to reveal the map to me again, or?
Yes, one moment. Share. There you go. Did that work?
It did.
Fantastic. All right. So
yes, it seems like it's way faster now for some.
Good, great. So,
Okay.
what are you guys gonna do? You're gonna enter here or one of the other doors? You have found. This is the third entrance you have found currently.
I believe that investigating the breach might be funner.
Yeah, let's go through this. I mean, look, we already know that there's going to be protections anyway. They want to.
Yes, it's going to be dangerous no matter which way, but we're going against the traps the monks designed as they designed them, but with that haywire sort of thing that we talked about. This is us going behind the scenes from backstage, right? To figure out how to get through here.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So that's the decision through here.
Yep.
All right. Let me open this up for you. So I
roll initiative. Like no.
I have a decent amount to open, so give me just a moment.
Ooh.
That, and then this.
Oh.
There we are. Okay.
Ooh, more sandpit.
So
Let's not stand in that sandpit.
stray leaves and twigs dot the sandpit in the center of this oval open air area. You can see the skies above you. Halls lead north and south. An open doorway to the west looks out on a small pond, and while to the east is a large wooden shrine, which is where you are currently standing. Tarnished bells, frayed ribbons, and crumbling wooden beams surround the massive statue at the center of this shrine space. It's a massive statue of an old human man, like a monk, with a long beard, holding a staff in two hands, and he's sitting on the ground. Surrounding the statue at the center of this shrine space, which is set into an alcove at the eastern side of the temple's open-air training area. 6 steps lead up to a clearing where one can sit before the large statue, which depicts a smiling old man seated in a cross-legged position holding a staff. A pair of braziers stand on either side of the steps, and various prayer instruments lie scattered before the statue. The alcove's northern wall is badly damaged, with a 15-foot wide gap that reveals the forest outside the temple. That is what you all see.
Slowly, Sir Hop is going to only stay on the cobblestone, and he's going to stop here and like kind of take a look at the stage, and then he's going to quietly say, "Do you suppose we should offer some sort of prayer to Irori before proceeding through his temple? I don't really know what to do for that. If someone thinks that's the way to go, maybe we should do it. If not, we can continue."
It might be wise, and also, I want to do a religion check and see if that statue is Irori himself.
Quick question: did anyone pick up the holy symbols from the dead golems, or did you leave them in the
I
piles?
definitely took that with me once when I saw it. I would have. She would have.
What have you done with it?
It's in my cute little bunny pouch.
Okay. And you said someone wanted to find out if this is a statue of Irori.
Yes.
Religion check in the tower, please.
Okay.
Natural one, yes it is.
You know just from you know how, like, even if you don't follow religion, you still know little bits here and there about their religion. You know that Irorans never depict the face of Irori because he's the god of perfection, and they believe it is impossible for a mortal to represent perfection in physical form. So they just leave blank faces for Irori whenever they sculpt him. But this statue is of a clearly human man with a face and like a mustache and a long pointy beard. So you know immediately that because it has a face, this is not Irori.
I pretty much relay that. Well, we could, but the statue itself is not Irori. It's got a face. I swear it makes sense. But if we want to say a word, I do have these, and she pulls the what she got from the golems out of her little pouch.
Okay, the 2 golems. Who do you give the other one to?
Merla.
Merla. All right, that makes sense. So everyone give me perception checks in the tower, please.
All right. Perceive. Sir perceive. Also, tower. Let's not forget that this time.
Senior rolls have been fun.
Right.
There, yeah.
Okay. Bubblegum, as you and Merla step up to the statue, let's put you here, and Merla like there. You're both holding your holy symbols of Irori, and you're beginning to say, some prayer that you're trying to remember off the top of your head to this thing. And first, give me a religion check before I go any further in the tower again. And I will make Merla do the same. Okay. And so what you notice, Bubblegum, is this statue of this old man. As he's sitting there, you're getting closer and you step up to him with the holy symbol in your hand, and you notice around his neck is a round metal medallion with the phoenix emblazoned in it. It's wearing the phoenix token that you've seen Ingdani wear. This is one of the items you need from this temple. You need this phoenix medallion, and you need 3 silver feather tokens.
The reachable, if I try to touch it,
it's a big statue. You would have to kind of reach, but yeah, you could get it.
Oh, she will definitely try to climb and get that.
Oh, especially because you're a gnome. Yeah, you would have to climb.
Oh yeah, climbing.
Okay, so give me a athletics check in the publicly.
Okay, I don't have anything in athletics. Can I maybe acrobatics?
Acrobatics? Oh yeah, why not? Just kind of jumping around. It's not moving, so this isn't difficult. Okay, cool. 26. So yeah, you're able to climb up, and you are able to get right up on the statue of the old man's back, right up here at the back of his neck, and it's clearly not sculpted on. This was clearly just placed over the statue's head.
Excellent, so I take it.
All right. As you do so, give me a reflex save as the statue begins to move beneath you.
And that makes sense. Reflex, where's that under?
Right
there.
On your front. Yep.
Tower or no tower?
No tower, just public.
Okay.
It rumbles and you fall off to the side. You do not fall prone as the statue begins to move and stand where it's at. Please roll initiative.
That would be perception or...
Perception, yes.
Just going last this time, probably.
Damn, Sir Hop.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Sir Hop.
Jarred.
You let me just put you guys in correct squares there. And then I'm gonna put Merla here. Or no, Merla can be there.
I like how Arand and Sir Hopper are the ones standing aside, watching you do this, like, no, wait, stop. And then you took it, and then the thing comes alive, like, all right, well.
Look, she's not part gremlin like Reese, but she has gremlin tendencies. The change.
Actually, what was your reflex save? 33? Actually, that's high enough. You're on it still.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I'm gonna say, yeah, you're on it right here.
Excellent.
That was pretty high. That was higher than I was expecting. Yeah. Okay. So
Is she like cross-legged on his head like a little hat?
Yes, I am the hat.
Yes, you're its hat.
I'm the hat
so
with the hat on.
it's a hat. It's just hats all the way down. Sir Hop, you immediately sense the danger and are able to spring into action first.
Yeah, it looks like this thing was enchanted to animate to defend itself, whatever that sort of trigger was. We set it off, so I don't think this is like a creature we could reason with. This is all happening in his head. He's thinking about this in this flash of a second here. Like, all right, we're not going to be able to talk our way out of this. I think, especially knowing what he's learned a little bit of Irori, that god probably likes watching people fight with these big ass rings and stuff. So it's sort of like an honorable thing to fight these things. So he is going to see if he can make a knowledge check to recall any information. This could just be an animated construct, but it could be a golem. He doesn't know yet. So he'd like to...
Yeah, go ahead and give me whatever your knowledge check is. Arcana. Okay. I'm just going to tell you, because you did it twice in a row, that's another nat 20 on your knowledge check.
Good.
So let me see here.
Okay. Should Sir Hop be a golemancer?
This is not a golem. It is a construct. So it does not have golem anti-magic, first of all. Since you got a nat 20, it is immune to like necromancy, but beyond that, and bleed. But this kind of statue is bound to this site. So whereas the previous ones would have chased you, this one will not chase you if you leave this arena, or if you were to like hop out of that little wall. And then this specific, and only because you rolled in that 20 on this, I'm going to tell you this, that openly displaying holy symbols of Irori will essentially make it not hostile to you unless you attack it. So two of you, if you are not hostile to it, it won't be hostile to you. For two of you.
So it's not
Okay,
hostile to me or Merla.
But if Sweet Bubblegum, if you or Merla attack it or are in any way hostile to it, it will start attacking you.
That's fine.
If Sir Hop has a brain blast, he goes, whatever you do, don't attack it. Just show your holy symbol and leave you alone. Arand, you and I, we're leaving. And then I'm going to hop my little ass out of there. Let's see, hold on, 5.
You have 2 actions, because the knowledge check was 1.
Yeah. I think I can get to about here, or here, with my double movement. I'm going to the North Chamber. I'm clearly like, just show your symbol and just leave it alone. It'll go away. This is what I've tried to communicate.
Okay, that's your whole turn. Arand, you are up now. You just heard that. This giant statue, menacing, stands before you. Bubblegum on top of its head. But then, for some reason, Sir Hop just says, run away. And he never does that. For everyone at home, that's Abe's familiar.
Yes.
His familiar, Elijah. Okay. All right, so you're going following Sir Hop that way? Cool. So you have like all 3 actions to get over there, since he had to use 1 for the knowledge check. Okay. And what about your 3rd action then? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's totally allowed. It's up to Merla. She says, oh, goodness me. And she's going to slowly back away, but is also going to... Let me see, is there anything particularly interesting I can do here? Not really. Ooh, what is that? No, that doesn't work. Okay, so she's just going to continue chanting because Bubblegum, you and Merla had started an Iroran prayer, which is more of a chant. Because again, he's the god of perfection, so they want you to kind of get into this Zen state of repetition and perfection. So she continues that prayer, and she rolled pretty high, I believe. Yeah, and okay. So what does that do? Because there's a thing for it. Wow, okay. I'm going to call it good. So Merla is chanting this Iroran prayer over and over again in ancient Tien. It's almost, and she starts backing up slowly. And as she does, this thing is following her. And
I'm going
Bubblegum,
along
yes,
with
you are
it.
going along with it on top of its head
Excellent.
as well. And so it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So she uses her entire action to get to here, and it follows her the entire time to there. And again, you are still with it. There you go. And as she gets to the center of it, she's still chanting. And this statue simply sits down where it's at and ceases moving. End of Merla's turn. That brings it to the statue. And you can feel it moving under your head, but you can't quite see what it's doing, Bubblegum. But the two of you up north can see its mouth moving up and down along with Merla. It's not making any sounds, but you can see that it's trying to match her movements, and it doesn't take any actions. Bubblegum, what do you do?
I'm gonna do discern secrets.
Okay, +1 to whatever knowledge check you want to try. Roll it in the tower, please. And what are you trying to find out on this thing?
Honestly, I kind of like, because of its movingness and because of my I already realize this isn't the religious symbol of what we thought it could have been, because it has a face. I kind of want to do an occult check to see if there's anything I can discern with the fact that it's obviously a construct, but if there's anything else from it moving, especially with Merlot chanting and it following, if there's anything else that might be like, okay, well, what is this for? With that knowledge.
Okay, go ahead and give yourself a +1 and then roll occultism in the tower, please.
Okay, hold on. Give me my +1. Certainly rolled that. Adjusting. Come on. If it doesn't go through with that, just let me know.
I'm seeing it roll. Okay, there we go. All right, you realize that this is not a golem, because that's what the things outside were. Those were training golems. They were little more than active training dummies. This is an actual defense system for the tower, for this temple. What this is it is a conduit statue. Clerics of Irori can channel spells through this thing as long as they are chanting an Iroran prayer. So they can heal through this thing. They can cast spells with this as its source. This is a focus statue, and it is an active defense for if people were to attack the temple, this would come out and it would strengthen the power of each individual cleric themselves. And since Merla is a cleric and rolled a natural 20 on her religion check while she was doing the frickin' chant, yeah, she basically dominated this thing.
And like the sparkles,
and you realize that's what happened. Merla doesn't know what happened.
The sparkles are just like appearing, like you could almost physically see them burst out of her eyes, and she's just like, keep chanting, this is a weapon, we have a weapon. Merla, you are the best. Just let's go forward.
Does Sir Hop understand this? Like, is he, as from an outside perspective, is he seeing what Bubblegum's seeing?
You could probably discern that Bubblegum is kind of entranced this thing. You don't understand why, like Bubblegum does.
They're shouting, by the way. As they're talking, they're shouting. So if you,
Yeah.
you can probably hear them.
Okay.
Oh, and one other thing, Bubblegum, you probably know that as soon as she stops chanting, if this thing sees Sir Hop or Arand without a holy symbol of Irori, it will probably attack them immediately.
I
So
will
for-
also shout, stay behind it. Do not be in its sight. It will attack you, but not me or Merla. These lovely symbols from the golems have helped us. So you are staying behind us as this goes. Got it?
All right, but its eyes are currently like closed as it's chanting.
It's, well, it and Merla are locked in their eyes.
Can I sneak this way?
Sure, give me a stealth check in the tower.
Yeah, I want to be.
We're the people.
I want to be where the sneaky people are. I want to sneak, want to stealth right by him. Let's see.
Ooh.
Ah!
All
What's
right,
that?
so-
What are those?
All right, so let me open this up for you. You see a large garden plot takes up most of this roofless enclosure. The soil appears dry, and what little plant life remains is dead and withered. A hallway leads south, but that's where you're at right now.
I'm making sure that this guy isn't like turning his head towards me. I'm sidling up against the wall, and then I wanted to sort of look into this place to see if there is a holy symbol just lying about.
Give me a perception check. Yeah, in the tower.
Tower.
Actually, amongst the detritus, you notice that there are some signs of a struggle in here, and there is actually a single wooden holy symbol on the ground. It is, let me see. I'll mark the square. It's here.
Okay. Do I notice anything dangerous about this room? If I noticed there was a struggle, do I know what was being struggled against?
Not really. It looks like it's more, not, I guess struggle's the wrong word. It's more that this area has been highly neglected. And so whatever was left here has been here a long time. Struggle's the wrong word.
Okay. Okay.
But you can, let's see, with your perception check, you can see that you can hear like bugs and such moving around, but there's pretty much just dead plants in this room.
All right. Sir Hop.
Oh shit, actually, you also noticed two other things amongst the foliage with your roll, because that was apparently a critical to get this. You discover a cognitive mutagen potion greater and a serene mutagen potion or greater. So let me give you these. Where's your inventory? Here we go.
Yeah, I think what I'd like to do then is I would like to sticking low to the ground and without touching this garden. Just again, sticking to the cobblestone. I would like to use my snap tongue feature to, if I find an item that's unattended, I want to kind of aim and fire, get it back to my hand, stick it in my bag, sneak over to another item, grab it.
Okay.
I don't want to disturb the bushes. I don't want to disturb anything. I don't know what defenses are in here. I just want to grab these items, give the thing to Arand, the holy symbol, so he can then move through, and then I want to go to the southern chamber behind the statue.
Great. What is the reach on your tongue again? 15 feet?
10 feet.
10 feet.
Yeah. So if I get up to the edge like right here, I think I can reach this square.
You sure can. All right. Yeah, great. And you're able to move around the perimeter of the garden with little issue, and you are able to pick up those two potions I just gave you in your inventory. Do any of you have any alchemy or crafting? Who has the highest level crafting? Like trained, expert, master?
Crafting, I'm trained, and alchemy.
All yours trained. Okay. But you find two alchemical potions within there. One is a cognitive mutagen greater, which gives bonuses to Arcana, Crafting, Lore, Occultism, Society checks, and all Recall Knowledge checks, and all critical failures become failures. The drawback to the mutagen is you take a -2 penalty to weapon and unarmed attack rolls, athletics checks, and acrobatics checks. You can carry 2 less bulk than normal, before becoming encumbered, and the maximum bulk you can carry is reduced by 4. So essentially, if you really, really need to pass some knowledge checks, you want to chug this thing. But it's real bad for you, like in combat and such. The other thing you found was the Greater Serene mutagen. What that does is, let's see, it gives you a bonus to will saves and perception, medicine, nature, religion, and survival checks. And the drawback is you take a -2 attack rolls and save DCs from offensive spells, and a -1 penalty per damage die to all weapons. So again, it helps you defensively and gives you extra skill stuff, but makes you worse in combat. That's what those do. And then you also find the holy symbol, which you can give to Arand. Arand, now you have your own holy symbol of Irori.
No.
Yes, Sir Hop is missing one.
I think like when they return, I want to do when I see that Aaron has the other holy symbol, and there's like literally like they know that there's one that they need for Sir Hop. They want to do use their quiet ally feat.
Yeah. I forgot you had that.
And you're skilled moving with the group when you are avoiding notice and your allies follow the expert. You and those allies roll a single stealth check using the lowest modifier instead of rolling separately. This doesn't apply for initiative rolls. So I want to try to make sure that while we're still looking for another holy symbol for Sir Hop, that he's as silent as possible.
Sure.
And he's already passed, in there, but when he comes back, I want to make sure that he's quiet.
Okay, so you are going to have to go with Sir Hop then, if that's the case. But Sir Aaron, you have your own holy symbol now, so you're essentially free to walk freely near the statue. But yeah, so
yeah, I can.
Bubblegum, so you hop off and go help Sir Hop.
I give the statue a hug first before,
It
Well,
basically
thanks,
does
buddy.
not even acknowledge you. It's still staring adamantly at
know.
Merla and mouthing the chant along with her.
All right. And she just looks at Sir Hop. Stay with me and do not stray. Got
Okay,
it?
so
Yes.
Okay.
stealth check in the tower, please.
Yep.
So I got the lowest mod, so I make the stealth check.
I think so, yeah.
And my
All
stealth
right.
is an 18, so. And I'm an expert at stealth.
All right, here's my +5 stealth check.
Okay. Let me check one thing really quick. Okie dokie. All right, so you are headed around the outside there, and I'll just help you along a little bit to there. Boopity boop. What you see at the end of a short hallway is a round room, and in the center of it is a big tree. Give me perception checks in the tower as you reach like the door here. Thank you both. Bubblegum, you notice immediately that at the base of this tree is a like a humanoid skeleton, sitting, leaning against the tree, just sitting.
Huh. Dead people. Nice. That looks like it's been here for a bit. They step forward, but they don't do anything.
Kind of going slowly, sneaking along, getting a better look at what's in here.
Okay. Again, you see a tree in the center. There's an open sky up top, a humanoid skeleton on the ground. And as you get to there into the round room, what you see is immediately from the skeleton, a ghostly face appears and kind of peels away from it. a humanoid female that looks like this, and she looks up to you both, and she says, "Forgive me for what I've done." And sort of steps out of the skeleton and stands to look at the two of you. And especially, which ones of you are holding holy symbols?
I am.
You and Arand?
Me and everybody except Sir Hop. And Sir Hop is
Looking back and forth to Bubblegum and Arand. Forgive me my betrayal.
I want to discern secrets on her.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a +1 occultism in the tower. Oh yeah, did she appear visible on the map? There we go.
Yep.
Good.
Cultism.
Okay. You immediately know that this is a ghost.
Right.
And not and ghosts like this that are bound to a place generally won't leave unless they have whatever reason they are here still is fixed. So something is keeping her spirit here. It is binding her here. And you know that if you were to change whatever that thing is, it would allow her to rest. You just don't know what that is yet. You might need to prod further.
Fine. I just wanted to kind of like figure out what that was. Could I actually use disturbing knowledge?
I don't remember what that does, but that sounds great.
Okay. Disturbing knowledge is being utterly you utter a litany of dreadful names, prophecies, and descriptions of realms beyond mortal comprehension, drawn from your study of forbidden tomes and scrolls. Even those who don't understand your language are unsettled by the dire secrets. Attempt a cultism check and compare the result with a will DC of an enemy within 30 feet, or a will DC of any number of enemies within 30 feet. If you're legendary, I'm not. Those creatures temporarily are immune for 24 hours. And then there's the whole list of successes and stuff. So can I do another?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Throw that. Throw that. In
Should I make a wisdom save as this is happening, or am I
No.
used to this?
You're not an enemy. You're used to
Oh,
that.
I see.
You're used to this at this point. You're like, oh,
Yeah, I just hear you going, yes, la shakaleta. I'm like, okay, this is just what she does.
Actually, that is, you just barely hit a success. So what is a regular success? You just...
Target becomes frightened for 1. Frightened 1.
Okay. So what do you say to frighten this ghost?
Tell me what you need. So I want to attempt to scare the secret out of her.
Okay. Are you trained in like intimidation or anything?
Let me go take a check.
Or diplomacy? No. Gotcha. Or deception? How about that? Nope. Great.
Remember my charisma.
Wait.
That's right. Your charismas are
Can
bad.
we help? Can we Irond and I are right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys can help.
If you guys can help.
Can I make a... I'm not wearing the thing, so I don't think my words will do anything. I would like to make a performance check to make throat sounds to kind of give like a thaumaturgy effect to what she's doing. Can I do that?
I'm cool with it. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
So like what, performance or something?
Yeah. Just because I don't got the symbol, so I don't think it would listen to me or take me seriously. But if I make like some sounds, some ambiance.
All right. So let's see. So you get a +1 from that and a +2 from that. Okay. So she looks at you and says, "You are of Irori."
I am.
We of the Broken Rebus, we splintered off from T's teachings, tried to take over, were stopped, deserved to be stopped, never got our names carved into the pagoda, cannot rest, unless conjoined brothers in Irori.
This is in common. Everybody can hear this.
Yes, it's in common.
Okay. Where is the statue?
At the far end of the temple, in the dirt ring, in the second dirt ring, large statue, carved names of every monk who died here. Cannot rest without the name carved in it.
What is your name?
Kanitri. And I'll
Can you
spell
get
it.
her to spell that?
Kanitri.
I'm like writing it like in game. Sarab is writing it down. Like, what's the?
I believe it. He has like those scrolls and stuff. So
Yeah, he does. He has a million scrolls.
yeah. Dimitri. Beautiful name. We will free you. And hopefully with that you can help us. And we can help you.
Free all of us. Our treachery must end. We are sorry for what we did.
How many of you are there?
Too many. Several, all died.
All right.
Many still here in anger.
I'm just gonna write down like maybe 7 of them.
Maybe 7? Many? Question mark?
Yeah, several like sounds like 7, so maybe that's what they meant.
All right. Thank you. And it's only the dead tree and her in this room, otherwise I can see.
She slowly begins to sit back down into the skeleton and says, "Thank you. Forgive me." And as she sits back into her skeleton, you look down and notice that her hands are like this on her lap, and in between her hands is something glinting silver.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna.
You don't touch it, but like Sir Hop, if he sees it, starts going like about to use the
Wait,
snap
hold
time
on.
feature.
Before you do that, maybe can I prestidigitate anything to just like clear it up so I can see what might like, you know, if I could clear it up a little bit more so I know it don't
You
touch
want
us
to
or
like
don't touch
presto a little gust of wind to move her skeletal hand out of the way.
like,
Get the
like,
dust,
like
the bone dust off.
small gust of wind to open it up is excellent. Yes, that I was thinking
Love
that or a vine or something. So
Hmm.
By the way, I just dropped that phoenix necklace into your inventory there, Bubblegum, for the one you took off the statue a minute ago.
excellent.
Yeah. So, Sir Hop, you're taking the phoenix or the silver feather.
Not yet. Oh, this is. I guess if it's open
when
and
the
we
hand
see
gets moved, you can see it is a bright silver feather. Yes.
I'll look to Bubblegum for permission. Like, may I?
And I just like take it from. I wisp it over to him. with the
Oh,
wind.
okay.
Nice. Yes.
I
So
see.
Yep. And I'll drop that in your inventory. Blam. So you now have 1 silver feather, and Bubblegum, you have the phoenix token. And
All
I
right.
need to-
Remember,
what's
when we
next?
go back there, you still are a target. So stay with me, Sir Hop, and we'll inform Merla and find that statue right.
I have an idea actually,
Yes.
and then I go up to Aaron and I say, "You have a very large overcoat." Yes. May I hide in your coat? Great. And then he takes his hat off and he immediately starts climbing up your leg, and he goes under. Yeah, exactly. You've now got like a hunchback, so
I
he
love
is
that.
completely hidden within your coat, but you look deformed as fuck.
Sorry, the statue doesn't judge. It only knows that you have the symbol.
Yeah. I'm gonna
That's
just
hilarious.
pretend to be a part of Iran. Yeah. I actually saw a video, like a TikTok of a dude who did like he like got on like hooked up himself on top of like his friend or whatever, and then they put to get into a movie, yeah, they put pants and a shirt over, so the guy just looked like he was like weirdly overweight, like the weight was distributed strange, but it looked
That's
good
hilarious.
enough. So he went in, bought a ticket for one, and then before they got in the movie, his friend got out of the disguise and they all went to see the movie. Yeah, it really worked.
That's hilarious. So I gave you some XP there.
Oh,
All right. So as you're coming out of there, yeah. So where do you do? What do you go? What do you do?
So
Probably
that
through here,
statue
right?
she's described, that's not where the original monk statue carving thing was it?
Oh, speaking of, since the monk statue has moved, give me a perception check in the tower, please. As you're coming in here, since the chaos has kind of subsided a little.
I will elect not to make one because I'm hiding.
That's true. Yeah,
Good idea.
true.
What can you hear though?
Is that what this is based on? Hearing?
No, it's sight.
Yeah, then
Okay.
I tried.
Okay. And then, so around what you notice up on the pedestal where the statue was, several shining things that there seems to be more there that you didn't notice earlier. Mm-hmm. Over on that wooden pedestal thing. Yeah. As you do, you see several things. You see a small cloth bag about this big. You see 6 gems, 4 big pearls. You see a little box that seems very intricately carved. It seems to have religious significance. There is a shining ring, and there is a little figurine carved out of jade. And it is of a serpent. It's a jade serpent. They seem like they could be, but you know that monks of Irori generally don't have things like expensive things like these. So these were probably not put here by the monks. These were probably these might be left here as incentives by the Ruby Phoenix people, because this was also where the Phoenix necklace was. So I'm gonna put these in your bag here. You now have a bag of holding type 3.
All you have to do is like just kind of lean down and open up your coat a little bit, and the tongue just starts grabbing all of them and putting them into your bag. It looks cool, but also a little freaky. But you don't have to go and do it all yourself. He just picks it all up for you.
Ring of swimming, and then a magical statuette. All right, so yeah, you just found all of those things. A bag of holding type 3, 6 garnets, 4 pearls, phylactery of faithfulness of Irori, a ring of swimming, and a jade wondrous figurine of a serpent. Which one? Oh, yes, that would work, I suppose. Yes. Absolutely.
And then your hump starts to go ooh, and then shift, and then I drop down with a now symbol around my neck. Thanks for the piggyback ride, or froggyback ride, you could say. Ha ha ha. It's funny rope like this as your son is like literally like on your lap.
I just pretend he's his familiar.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Yeah, who wants to be holding on to the bag of holding? Because I have a powerful build feat that allows me to like carry more stuff than my weight belies. But Iran is actually just bigger than us, so he could also carry it. Kind of depends on what you guys want.
To keep our stuff together, so it's fine.
Okay.
All right.
And I toss over. Actually, no, wait. That's my Oh, never mind. Wait. Yes. Okay. Give around the feather, and I'll give the medallion we need. But I'm still holding on to the religious symbol.
Okay. So
yeah, we should all have our own symbol to get through this place now.
Yes.
Yeah. So So all of you have a religious symbol. Who has the phoenix necklace?
Me.
You do. Okay. And then who has the silver feather?
I have. I think I'm gonna keep it on me.
Okay.
We don't want people to know that you have it. And if we put it in a bag of holding, they don't know if it's in there or not.
But if they know what a bag of holding is, they could still guess. The feather's easier to hide than the bag is. The bag is like, ooh, what could be in there? Whereas the feather, I could... I think I take my hat down and I put it within the brim of my hat, like on the inside.
Like an inverse Yankee Doodle.
Yeah. So that way I have it on me, and I tell Bubblegum, I'm like, I love this hat, and I will not let anything happen to it.
Okay, good. I don't trust anybody to yoink that thing off of me like I yoinked it off of that, so it's in the bag.
Okay, and then I'm slowly walking in front of this thing, and I'm just like...
It pays you 0 mind, as it is still sort of trying to chant with Merla.
All right, let's go
Merla.
forward as we have our legendary weapon with us.
Do you want to just occupy that thing, or do you want to come with us?
I kind of want to go back on it.
Yeah, Merla will start walking backwards with it and see what happens, and it does continue on with her. So she's been sort of moved. She can kind of move it.
I like being the hat.
All right, I'll take point, and if I'm little and many things might try and take me on, but then we come in with the
Splendor. Does Splendor count?
Splendor's not a humanoid. No, Splendor's fine.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Splendor's following along that. I'm like, oh no, are they going to be attacked?
May I open this door?
Yes.
As everyone's getting ready.
Yep.
So you open that door, and boop. There we go.
Oh my god, it's the biggest pond I've ever seen.
A small stone walkway lines the perimeter of this open-air chamber. A sandy area in the center of the atrium surrounds a pond full of dark, dirty water. From the center of the pond rises a small stone structure with a wide, flat top. Large open doorways lead to the north, south, east, and west.
I don't care if this is a trap. Does this lily pad, which is like 5 feet by 5 feet, can this support my weight?
Yeah, it's quite large, yes.
I hop on it.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to do so. And as you get on it, you smell that this water is disgusting. It's not good.
Time to do a bit of spring cleaning. And I'm going to cast Spout to start refreshing the water in this pond. I'll just sit here casting Spout and filtering out this water naturally. It'll take a while because I don't have just a clean water cantrip, but this is how you clean a fish tank essentially. So
yeah, but even without any kind of roll, just with your background, you know that if anyone drinks this water, it will be bad. So you know to not touch this water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just sort of on the pond, doing this. If you guys want to go up or down, be my guest. I'm just gonna clear this pond. I can't leave until it's at least swimmable.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You know what? Merla, let's go check out the room up to the north.
Oh, all right, dearie. And you just lead the way, and she comes to here, and the statue does follow. It manages to squeeze through here, and just sort of stays to the side there. Opening up through this hallway to the north, opens up to a room that has this is the one that I meant to say has the sign of struggle in it. Prayers and meditation aids fill the chamber, including rows and rows of candles, dozens of bells, and multiple singing bowls, many of which are scattered haphazardly about the floor. A single silver feather lies among the detritus. The room can be entered and exited from the hallway to the south.
This is too easy. Marilla, have you ever been super late before? Later than air?
Oh, I don't know what you mean. I suppose I've been in love, that counts. And she starts to blush.
Almost kind of like that. Would you like to be a little misty?
Oh, of course. A good book can get me misty, darling.
Oh, what about your whole body?
Oh, it's been years.
Exactly. So, with your consent, that is, what if I turned you into a gas almost? And you can move forward and grab that feather.
I like this.
Good.
So
Yeah,
You're so polite about doing it. I would have just slapped her on the back. Hey, guess what? You're gas now. Go get it.
no. See, the bubblegum sweet is still sweet. She's just very
Yes.
confusing.
It's just a very
so
polite
she
way to say that.
lays a hand on Marla. You got this. Show 'em what it's for.
So Merla, her form goes translucent as she just turns into, you can still see her form, but it's more like she's made out of mist and fog. And her feet don't even touch the ground anymore. And she begins to move forward. Come on, Fantasy Grounds is laggy. There we go. Not super bad this day. And she manages to come in here and she sees all of this and she sees the feather. And as she steps into the room, what you see is 6 apparition spirits, whatever you want to call them, of humanoids appear on the ground, kneeling in prayer with their hands clasped on their knees in front of these candles, this edifice. And you can actually see from where you're standing ghostly candles, ghostly prayer bowls, all of the things that are now lying on the ground. You see ghostly versions of them there that these monks are praying to. And as you're about to say something, from behind you, you see appearing more apparitions that run into the room, different monks dressed with ninja masks like this, only their eyes being shown, weapons drawn, and they stab the monks that are sitting there in prayer, stabbing them in the back over and over and over again, smashing into the candles, knocking everything over. And as the 6 monks lay on the ground dying, they splatter the blood off of their swords and they run past you. And as they run past you at the door entrance, they just disappear.
That's a memory.
Lin Kuei, Killing Scorpion's clan, of course.
That's exactly what it's, the Lin Kuei.
Yeah.
Oh my, that's
But that is
disturbing.
what you see. So Merla is able to, she goes in and she looks at you and just kind of, one of these, and she tries to grab the feather token and her hand goes right through it because she's in a mist form.
Now, that definitely, okay, so if she's in mist form and everything, she's still safe. So if I get attacked by going in there, that's fine for me, as long as she's safe. So I think what I'm gonna definitely, I want to use prestidigitation and move an object in the room just to see if physical objects will, like, trigger anything.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you can use whatever little magic poof to knock a rock into the room.
Yeah.
And no, nothing happens when a single rock is chucked into the room.
Okay, so they're going to stealth their way over then to where Merla is by the feather.
Okay, give me a stealth check in the tower, please.
Yep.
And yeah, Merla's basically standing right in front of where the feather is. All right, let me check something really fast.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, as you take your first step into the room, you're able to get about halfway to Merla before the apparitions of the dead monks disappear and then reappear kneeling, hands clasped in front of you. And as you get right up to Merla, you can see from behind you the other monks running and appearing towards you. You have about a second to react.
Yeah, within that second, I grab the feather, put it in my bag, and that's probably my action of what I have other than to face them.
Okay, and you grab the feather, and as you do, they do run into the room and they begin stabbing the monks that are in prayer again in the back. And as they're doing, energy is crackling off of them. And I need you to make me a what is it? It's a reflex save, please. Just you, Bubblegum.
Okay.
Looking for 37. Oh! That was a natural 1, by the way. You might want to use a hero point on that. Just roll it in the chat, not in the tower. That was,
Okay.
that was very bad. Yes.
Oh boy. Okay. Let's do that again.
Okay, significantly better. That was a
Thanks,
26. That's just a regular failure. So
Okay,
you're going
cool.
to take full damage,
That's fine.
this much, and as this electricity is crackling around, shocking into you, it's really loud. It's quite deafening, and you are deafened for a minute. Or no, just 1 round, I guess. 1 round.
Okay. Can I do depending on if I know where it came from, can I do my reflexive attack with the blood thing?
Oh, Blood Vendetta? You
Blood
aren't really
Vendetta?
sure where this is coming from.
Okay.
It's just sort of coming from generically all of these
Okay.
ghostly apparitions.
Okay, cool. Just double checking.
Okay. Merla? I'm gonna roll for something really quick, actually. No, wait, you have said that ghosts are in this place, right? And you said that this was a memory, like you said that?
Yeah, I said that out loud. This is
Okay.
a memory.
Okay.
I think
Merla.
They might know that because they do have with their knowledge from I don't know if I'm actually right or wrong in character, but there's one ability they do have is automatic knowledge with occultism. So it feels like if they were right, they were right. Okay. That's up to your discretion though.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Merla is going to, you kind of see in her eyes that she has a realization, and she drops the gaseous form and she says, "Hurry, help me pick this up." And she picks up a couple of the candles and stands them upright. And then immediately, and as the monks are laying dead again, the other ones leave the room again and disappear. And Merla's quickly trying to set up these candles again and and she's lighting one of them with a spell. And she sits down right where the monks were, and she says, "Join me, darling." And she sits like the monks, and she starts to do her Iroran chant.
I follow I follow the same like positioning except next to her, and since I've already heard our Irori chant and I had the idea already, I follow along with.
Yeah, give me a religion check in the tower, please.
Yep. Ability skills.
Great. Yeah, you have definitely learned this chant by now. You've heard her say it enough times, and you're able to, with her, say this enough times that soon thereafter the monks do appear again, and you're both chanting the same prayer, and they come in again, and as they do, Merla looks behind her, and you feel the need to look behind you at these entering monks, and as you do, the monks who were locked in prayer look behind them and stand up and begin throwing feet at these guys, defending themselves. And there's no electricity flying through the room, but as they're continuing this fight, they slowly fade out.
Had to protect them. Well, that makes sense.
Get a little XP for that, not a ton, but some.
Worth
But yes, you found the feather token in there as well.
Yes. Hey Merla, I got a little crisped. You got anything for me?
Oh, of course, I got you. Come here. And she pulls out her little med kit and starts to wrap your arm up. She's gonna go for. That's fantastic. And then that's plus 40. So 60 is what you just healed. So that should have been everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will take away your 55 wounds. You're good. You're back at full health. She puts some balm that she had, some aloe vera, wraps it in some seaweed with a little moss on the outside to soak up the blood. You'll be right as rain in a minute, darling.
Love it. Like the clay mask, but better. Let's go to the others.
Okay, so the two of you, Merla and Bubblegum, come back, and you are one feather token richer, and you can. And Sir Hop, you see, is still laying on the pond, on his lily pad, croaking it up. And the statue of the old man is sitting in the corner, in the lotus position, appearing to meditate.
Well, we're one feather richer, friends. And we saw some ghosts. I don't know if you saw them running, but we saw ghosts.
Yeah, Hop has been sort of like, it's been creating a bit of a circular current in this pond. So every time he passed by, he's seeing a new scene of what you guys went through. First, it was you just kind of examining the room. The next thing he knows, it's you looking at the monks getting killed. Next thing he knows, it's you and the monks fighting back. He's like, oh, looks like they've got that under control.
How's purification?
Almost done. If you want to go look at this room down here, if you need me, I can hop off this pad at any time.
Okay. I could go down and check that out. Yeah. That's if you're able to do what you're doing, yeah. Let's do it.
So last move here.
And it's funny, as he's like cleaning this room, he goes, you know, it's sad. We're righting wrongs that have truly occurred in this temple. Yet I don't think we're going to get any rewards for cleaning this pond. I just can't leave it as it is. I just literally cannot move through this room without it being clean.
Sometimes your own moral dilemmas are, what you gotta deal with. And that makes sense. I'd be sad if I saw this pond and I was in your shoes too.
The south chamber opens up into a hallway, just like before, the room to the north. But this large chamber is relatively empty, save for the piles of colorful, intricate sand, colorful sand all about the floor, and a few small hand tools scattered in the room's corners. A silver feather sticks out of a pile of red sand, and a hallway to the north leads in and out.
Who wants to come along with me? I say before I move my token for time. Merla, are you down for another? Sir Hop, can you still purify from there?
Of course, I'll come in and help you.
Can I? I think I can. I'll hop off.
Let's bring our new friend.
Yes, let's. Come on, our statued fellow.
I can get to about here and still be using spout on the pond.
Okay, yeah.
Merla's gonna actually send in the statue first.
Good idea.
Okay.
And as it gets to about here, from the sand, you see hands pop up. And out, you see pulling themselves out of the sand are these sand creatures that look like humanoids. And I have a picture of them here. They look just like monks, but made out of actual living sand. From here and there. Please roll initiative, those of you in the room.
Oh. Am I counted in this?
Yeah.
I've been rolling very good on initiative today.
Initiative's a good one to roll good on. That's okay. It still gave you your initiative of 28. Then Merlin needs one. And then Arund needs an initiative. Bam. There we go. Okay, what time is it? 2 o'clock, 4 Eastern. Do we want to call it right about here?
Yeah, let's call it here.
Pick up this fight at the beginning next week.
Aldridge, when she comes back, some guns.
Yeah, that'll give her something to do. Great. All right, so thanks everyone so much for joining us. Next time we will pick up where we left off at the site of these sand monks attacking the group. But we hope you will join us next Sunday at our usual time, and we will pick up there. Does anyone have anything they need to plug? Shane?
Not at the moment, though. During this fight, I will say I have been listening to the Linkin Park Epic Orchestra album from 2020, and it made everything we did way more epic. So I would recommend that next time you're playing D&D. Go check out that because it'll make things seem way more important than they are.
Awesome. Abe, if you're there, is there anything you need to plug? Don't think he's there, so I'll just plug, please join us for the Bard's Playhouse. I know currently we only have like the one game, but we do have some merch for sale that you can get via our Twitter. So yeah, Elliot, you got anything that you need to plug last minute?
Not really plug, but more so an update. So I have decided that my social medias really need to like be very similar. And I've reached finally 1,000 followers on Twitter, so I just made my main account Chaos Them. And for the accounts to find out where I will be, even though this is pretty much the only thing I have going on for now, it is Where is Chaos? That is where the where will I be things are. Oddly enough, that was not taken. So Where is Chaos is pretty much the update page, and Chaos Them is once again myself, my Twitter, where you can find me. I'm also kind of like trying a little bit of freelance here and there. So if you need some graphic stuff, if you need some audio editing, you need whatever, I got you.
All right, great. And actually, for once, I have something to plug. In about 2 weeks here, I'm going to be a part of the stream Fortunata, the D&D 5e stream Fortunata. So please join us there on Twitch at Fortunata. I will be playing a druid who fights with a tree branch. So that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, please join us next Sunday. We'll be continuing on this. And in a few weeks, hopefully once Ash gets settled at her new place, we'll be back to our regular Tales from Shadow Valley. So we've got a lot coming up. Hope you will join us then, and have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.